and it's going to be
Hey, look at that. Are you having hair issues to start episode 70 of Slurp Toast, a podcast?
that's as good as it gets. I've been wearing a hat all day, so
Are-
But I'm lucky it's not this.
well, I have to wear the hat. Oops, I just killed my camera. I have to wear the hat so I don't blind people with my 5 head. Hey, we are doing new things tonight, so I need 1 second to go over here and click this go live button.
I didn't
on
realize I
my-
was wearing that. Let's fix that. There we go.
All right, let's see. Let me flip over to Instagram. If I've done this right, and there's no guarantee that I have, we are now live not only on our page but also on Facebook and Instagram. Let's see if we're on Instagram here. Check that. Well, it's not letting me log into Instagram.
Yeah,
so that's
do it all.
Huh?
I gotta do it fancy.
I'm trying to be fancy, you know. I like us to be fancy because we are, in fact, fancy lads. What is going on? My camera is not picking up the right camera. I got a new dock for my MacBook, so now I'm back in the garage, as you can see. And we've got a good connection because we got new internet at my house.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah. So give me 1 second to fix this camera, and then we'll be good to go. There we go. That's the camera I wanted. That's better. There you go.
Okay.
I set all these things
even though
up
you're out of sync.
Am I? Oh well.
No,
I came out here
up.
I came out here the other day and set all the angles and everything, and I didn't turn the light on. Let's do that. All right, there we go. I think I've played with all the toys now. All right, hey, it's the 4th day of February. The groundhog saw his shadow. I think that means we have less winter. I can never remember, but it's okay.
I don't know. I don't trust rodents.
Rodent-based weather forecasting.
I don't know. It feels. I'm trying to think of what the right word is. A little specious.
Just a little? I see what you did there. Nicely done, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, we are streaming on Facebook now. I can see us there. That's kind of cool.
Right,
and it's actually closed captioning it because it said "little specious" as I popped it up. All right,
spell it right.
It did.
Nice.
All right, look at us being all kind of fancy in the new year. All right, yay us. All right,
we're going to expand our reach beyond the one region in France. Which
you know what? I was
bonjour, everybody.
When I was updating the website and everything the other day, I looked at the maps, and we've actually got a pretty international reach.
And I think it's people trying to learn English.
Because we're the best place for that.
Are you saying fucking hey again? Okay.
We also have a very large following in Oregon for some reason. But
really?
hey, hi Oregonians. Must have been that time we mentioned the beeves. Anyway.
That's right. They're tuning in for all the wrong reasons. There's some dude sitting there in a GIMP mask and like a leather chain vest with that hoop in the middle, you know? He's like, they're not talking about it tonight. Goddamn.
I don't know if it's working on Instagram because my Instagram is being wonky, but anyway, it says we are. I don't know. Long story short, here we are, and yeah, that's not working. Anyway, so what's going on?
Not much. We went to a hockey game last night, which was fun, and then we went and saw Argyle this afternoon.
How is Argyle? I'm intrigued.
There's a couple of moments where I believe that Mr. Vaughn has said, you know what, plot doesn't matter, story don't care, characters, let's just do stylized things. So
that's fair. I read his big crossover event comic earlier in the year, and that's a fair assessment. Yeah.
Well, it translates. You have Sam Rockwell in it, and a couple other people who are good, but the story is kind of really convoluted, and you sort of figure after Kingsman that there'd be like more action. There is an amazing fight scene with Bryce Dallas Howard on makeshift ice skates, which is inspired, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't kind of make up for sort of the tepid everything before it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll push that one down the list a little bit.
I would. I'd push it all the way to streaming.
All right, fair enough. There's your movie review of Argyle, kids.
Wait for it to stream. It's an Apple Studios thing, so it's just a matter of what, weeks.
Yeah, probably, if that.
I'm doing the same thing with the Marvels.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I think I watched the first episode of Echo and it was fine. It didn't make me want to rush out and watch the rest of it, but it was fine.
But I started watching What If, and
They screwed that up.
Man, did they ever? It's like here's one for you. What if they featured someone other than everybody we know?
Yeah, I mean, I was bitching to Laura, and she was just rolling her eyes. I'm like, the whole premise of that show is, what if this different thing happened? It doesn't need continuity. It doesn't need through characters.
Oh no,
They should be standalone. But I think we probably should have known once they did the What If Avengers, we were screwed.
Yeah, the Avengers of the What If-averse.
They can't help
stop themselves.
They can't stop themselves from making a team, can they?
Or from just linking the stuff together. It's like, I got an idea. What? It's a standalone story. Stop you right there. No,
We don't do those.
we don't do those. I need to see characters back from the dead. I need to see, bad guys being good guys. I need there to be a Star-Lord episode, something with the Avengers.
If you can work something with Captain Carter in, we'd love to see a lot of that.
Yeah, please. We can't get enough of her, and since they won't give her a movie or a show, this is our only outlet.
The kids love her.
Yes, they do. Do they?
I don't know.
I'm a little kind of, yeah. I started watching it, and I got like 3 episodes in, and was just like, you know what? I'm just going to open up the iPad. I'm going to doom scroll with this in the background because ain't nothing happening.
I watched it all, and I was just like, God damn, it's not hard. It's just not that hard.
No, it's not. It's like you can sit
any
there,
crazy
dream up
premise
crazy.
you come up with, then you write the story. It's like the Twilight Zone. It's a standalone.
Well, yes, and I think though the problem is because they linked all those properties together, they're just sort of stuck there.
Yeah.
They haven't built out like Shang-Chi or Shang-Chi enough that they could have done a what if from him. Not that they would ever do it. What if the Fin Fan Foom got away from him? I don't know. What if Trevor really was the man? The
Mandarin.
Yes, the Mandarin. I almost said Mandalorian, which that would be interesting even too.
I heard after they're doing a What If Star Wars series, I read something there, and again, what if they didn't all revolve around the Skywalker family? Could we do that?
Oh, that's going to be tough because unless you've read the books and the comics, we haven't developed anything outside of that family.
Well, and by and large, most of that stuff is no longer canon anyway, so they wouldn't let you do it even if you wanted to.
I want to do something with the Old Republic. Nope.
No,
something with
Splinter in the Mind's Eye doesn't exist.
I want to do something with the Sith. I want to do the tragic story of Darth Plagueis. Can I do that?
What
if the story of Darth Plagueis wasn't that tragic?
What if George Lucas didn't buy his own hype?
What if George Lucas didn't sell the franchise?
Right. Well, there's that.
Well, actually,
I'm actually not sure which is worse. So, was it worse that he sold the franchise or he started believing his own hype?
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say that might be worse because it's just like, what if Anakin didn't hate sand?
I remember they did like the Houston Museum of Art had like a Star Wars, it was like a traveling thing where it was like Star Wars and the hero's journey, and we're walking through this thing, and I'm going, oh, this is horse shit. There's no way George Lucas was reading like Joseph Campbell when he wrote fucking Star Wars. It
I
was
I have a professor from college who would disagree, who said he goes, once I found out there was a sequel, I knew the plot of the last 3 movies or the last 2 movies. And it's like, really? He goes, and it was all Joseph. And he actually, but again,
he might have somebody might have slipped him a copy of Hero with a Thousand Faces after Star Wars. I
mhm,
won't argue that. But when he wrote Star Wars, he was mad because he couldn't get the rights to do a Flash Gordon movie. So he did his own space opera. That wasn't a hero's journey.
it is when you just kind of make that shit up and backfill.
Well, yeah.
When you
Okay.
backfill your mythology.
Yeah. You can make it up as you go, sure. But don't stand there and tell me when I started writing this, I saw Luke as the hero with on the hero's journey. No bullshit. He
I
was
kept,
Flash Gordon.
how do I work in Akinu and Rick, Gilgamesh's sidekick?
Oh, nice.
Akrudu.
Ek- ek-
That
uh,
crew is not right. And I was going there.
oh wait.
Neither
Oh,
is
oh, now it's gonna bother me. Inkadu.
It could do. That sounds like it could. Yeah, I don't know. That sounds minstrel. Let's not go there.
Okay, well, thanks so much for that.
Gilgamesh. Oh, Enkidu. You're very close.
I think I just said it wrong.
Yeah. Enkidu
Anyway.
is not. Well, maybe because there's an I and a D and a U and a.
So, just for those of you just tuning in, we're playing Fun with Babylonian Mythology.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
So,
So who? What? So is Han Solo Enkidu then, or no?
no,
There is none.
There's no Han Solo. There's only Han Solo.
Joseph Campbell's out the window. Then
I
we're
think
back
that's where
to-
that was my original thesis, wasn't it?
we're back to loading the dump truck of mythology up to the manhole and just dump it in the backstory.
Backfill your own Sarlacc pit.
Just backfill. Yeah, that's right. Pulled up to the Sarlacc pit with a big old dump truck of mythology and just built his own universe. I was watching. One of the previews for the movie. There was somebody, the beekeeper, one of the stars of the beekeeper, right? And
I
he's
still
just
want to
like,
see that movie, by the way.
I do want to see that because at work, somebody I go, Jathan Statham is the beekeeper. Then somebody else goes, it's also the transporter, and then it just went down that line. I go, was he the Meg?
He's either Hobbs or Shaw. I don't.
He's
You never
yeah,
tell.
that's right.
Don't know which
And
one.
that's how it went. Jathan Statham is Hobbs. He is the beekeeper. He is the mechanic. He is the transporter.
He's Parker.
He's Parker. And
He's
finally,
a terrible Parker, by the way.
Yes, that I always when I think of East Coast tough guy with the big hulking
Yeah.
thug of a man. I think Jathan Statham with his English accent and shaved head.
And Swimmer's body. Yeah.
His swimmer's body, yes. Yeah, that's not working for me. No,
Yeah.
they introduced one of the stars of the movie, and the movie was like, yeah, the guy's like, oh man, it was fantastic. This is like, we're working on this movie, and it's great because we're doing all this world building, and you don't always get. And I finally turned to Chris. I go, isn't that what a movie is about? Is building a little make believe world?
That's the whole point of a movie, or at least it used to be.
I'm fairly certain that's your job, son.
Thanks for playing along.
Thanks for playing along. Yes. But no, where were we? Well, we lost the thread.
No, well, I was going to say, I like Jason Statham. He is
too.
He's my favorite of the modern action guys. I will go see bad movies with him. I will watch bad movies on television with him because I enjoy him. Mm-hmm. And I've raised my boys well because we were all excited about The Beekeeper, but he came out like a week after they went back to school. Mm-hmm. And I got a text from Jack, The Beekeeper will change cinema. So they had gone to see it opening weekend. I've done a good job.
So it will change cinema.
That was Jack's assessment of The Beekeeper.
Man.
Yeah.
That's not the one prone to hyperbole either.
That's true. He's usually a little more generous about picking his spots. So.
You can share that one with Laura. She'll get a kick out of it.
That's a good one. You know my children well. That was good. I needed that. So when we ended episode 69, we were talking about our toy gripes, and we were going to circle back to that. You want to do that?
Yeah, where do we leave off?
I think it sort of started out with us lamenting the loss of Toys R Us and Walmart taking the reins as the top toy retailer in the country, which is weird.
It's weird and it's sad because for the longest time they could have given two shits for what their displays look like. And I'll say this: ask any Funko collector. I mean, that thing looks like somebody went through with a hammer. That's why they put it next to tools. Smash all
Makes
the
it
shit
easier.
Yeah, I mean, they really, you get the impression it's just, if they could get away with it, they would just open the boxes and dump them all on the floor and just leave that section alone.
They'd get sued by Dollar Tree if they did that. Or Dollar General, I forget which one, but
both.
Yeah,
you're stealing our merchandising scheme, man. Just load the aisles with this shit. It's eventually something in there will be worth money. People come dig it out.
because
now,
there's a. Oh, go ahead.
No, but I went to a Walmart recently where every fucking Lego was in a locked case.
That's where we started. That's what it was.
Lego Friends. No one's stealing that. Duplo. No one's stealing that. There's no babies stuff in their diapers full of Duplo blocks. But yeah, every kit, even the little dumb $5-10 ones. It's like, oh yeah, the little motorcycle guy that takes like 30 seconds to build because it's 5 parts. Click, click, click. Yeah, that's behind glass. I get the bigger kits. I do get that, but oh my god. At some point, somebody's going to say, man, we got to quit carrying Lego. They're just using up wall space. Yeah, let's take those cases. The same store had cosmetics in cases. It's like,
that may have more to do with the location of your store than the product, right?
Oh, no. This is in a nice neighborhood. This wasn't like going to that weird sort of like off the highway place that you kind of like you're skittish about anyway. And you walk into the Walmart and like they're all there in their their pajamas and the whole 9 yards. And no, this was yeah.
What I don't understand, I guess emotionally I don't understand, is how they're the largest toy retailer in the country, because there's one by my office, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's like 4 aisles of toys at best.
Wow, we got like 6 or 8 out by us.
It's like in the back corner,
like, kid toy, girl toy, boys toys, Legos, action figures, bikes.
Yeah, okay, that's pretty much what it is. Maybe I missed, but yeah, but it's still like
nothing.
It's such a small sample size of what's available, what's out there. It is such a cynical view of what's available. It's like here's the new movie property toy. Here's I don't know. I miss Toys R Us, I guess is what I'm saying. I used to love. We had the one down the street from the office and I used to love going like wandering around at lunchtime, and I miss that. I'm old.
Well, exactly. Even if you weren't looking for action figures, you still could, wander the Hot Wheels aisles and even some of the other stuff. But what is weird to me though is that a Walmart will, it's like that big vat of Hot Wheels in the middle of the store. Yeah. Just pour it in. And that's what I mean. It's like going, God, if I was a mint on card Hot Wheel collector, I'd lose my freaking mind. Because the shit's just piled up. And just for my own amusement, I dug into one to see how far down I went. It goes like 1.5 feet.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Because you're like, oh my god,
that's a lot of Hot Wheels.
That's a lot of Hot Wheels, and they I guess they sell it's $1, so yeah, I'm sure they sell a bunch. But at the other end of the spectrum, you go into the electronics, and then they carry a lot of the higher end Nika toys,
Yeah.
which to me seems such a strange place to find those toys. And then you go and you find the same section in a Target, and every time it looks like it has been the subject to an improvised explosive device. Somebody went
Yeah.
over, got hairspray and a lighter, and just blew that thing up. I mean, it's like I showed you the creature from the Black Lagoon,
Yeah.
Nika, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, they've done a bunch of monster turtle crossover toys,
Right.
and one of them I know is at least like 8 to 10 months old. I go into a Walmart, it's an out of the way one, I've never been there before, and you're kinda, like, looking around, you're like, "Oh, John Carpenter's the thing. Oh, Predator," you kinda
Yeah.
digging through all this stuff, and there in the back is this one that's been obviously on the shelf for, like, 8 months, and, yeah, there's no rhyme or reason to the merchandising, it's just like, take it to the box. It's like, you can arrange these in neat little rows.
What's wrong with you?
Weirdly, I know it's a more efficient use of space. Just saying.
It's weird though because even like the product mix that they have is so desperate,
Rando.
random between stores. Because like there's the one I mentioned earlier. There's another one that's a little further away from the office, but still like if I'm out and about and I'm over that way, I'll swing in, right?
Right.
And like it's like not even, and it's the one with like the long aisles, right? So it's two different Walmarts within 2 miles, 3 miles of each other. One's got the short little stubby 6, 8 rows we talked
Mhm.
about, and then this one's got like the 5 or 6 long aisles,
Mhm.
double with the split in between. And I'm like,
Oh,
and
like a Home
the
Depot.
product mix is not even close to the same, right? It's like, oh, I don't. It's not what. Why?
What always amuses me is like Funko collectors complain about the way that Walmart merchandises the Funko stuff, and it's like, really? Have you seen the rest of the store? But aside from that, it's kind of like you say, every store is different. So in one store, they're in one spot, another store, totally different spot in the store. Um, and the products mix is just, one store, it's like, oh, look, they every bad exclusive, and Walmart only does bad exclusives of the Funko. Uh, they that's all they have. You can't find a new release to save your life. And some of the Funko people are like, "Oh, guess what? We're gonna lose this. They're gonna pull out of Walmart." And I'm kind of like,
Great.
"Cool, it's great." Believe it or not, it will actually enhance the brand. They have an exclusive from like almost 2, maybe coming up on 3 years that you see in quantity on the shelves. They
Which
did
was that?
this. Oh god, they did like an Earth Day Black Orchid.
Uh-huh.
Still
The one
there.
by my office, bunch of them. Yep.
Yeah, 2 years old. What? Discounted. I mean, my god, you have no problem clearing out all this other stuff. What is this one? The corporate's like, "No, no, no, no. We paid for that one." Uh,
That one stays full price.
it stays full price until we recover our money.
We finish up the landfill, whichever comes first.
And once that day happens, they go into a bin with the Hot Wheels.
Those are the bottom. You got to really want them.
Yeah.
We'll line the bottom of the bin with the Earth Day Black Orchids.
Well, it's kind of like recycling.
It's internal.
It's an internal landfill.
The thought is the same.
That's right. Someday they'll do a dig on one of those bins, and it'll just be like, "My God, parachute pants! What the hell?"
They're just hoping there's shit that just decay. It's like the mausoleums in New Orleans. They just put another layer on
Oh, yeah,
top and let
exactly.
it just. Yeah, that's too funny.
It's like when they re-linoleum the floors and they move it. It'd just be this outline of a Funko box. Or all the printing has worn off on the floor. You could just see them all.
That's more likely to be the case.
Mm-hmm. That little dingy gray outline.
Hey, look, I got a new candle. I'm gonna light it.
Oh, wow. Cool. Is that the cool thing on your desk?
No, this just happenstance. I actually do have a cool thing on my desk, and I remembered to bring it this time.
Awesome.
Let's go running through the house looking for it.
Okay.
So anyway, so we've talked about Argyle, we've talked about Jason Statham, we've talked about our toy issues with the
Mhm.
current state of things.
It's like I don't want to have to buy everything online, but you're kind of moving in that direction.
Yeah, I'm looking at what I have on my desk, and I think the only one that I can swear that I bought it. Oh, there's a couple. I got the MJF I bought in a store,
Mhm.
and the Howard the Duck.
Is that Big Mecca, Howard the Duck?
Oh no, he's up there. But I'm talking about the little Paul Rudd
Oh,
head.
okay.
I have two
Yeah.
Howards.
The Marvel Legends one, right?
Yes. Yeah, but
Mhm.
the Mecha Howard is right there.
Good choice.
There.
That was such a fun pop.
It's so random.
It is so random, and it's kind of funny to me because you listen to collectors who bitch about, I just want more. Just keep making Deadpool. No, 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 no. You got to have stuff like that, and you may never. That guy who's all obsessed with Deadpool, Batman, fine, collect them all. But for those of us out there who are just looking for something different, that just kind of tickles that fancy,
Yeah.
that's kind of stuff they got to get. It's like the orb figure that they did with the big
Or,
eyeball head.
I mean, we've talked about this guy before, but like I was in that section of the Walmart
Uh-huh.
and I'm like, it's a Frank Zappa pop. I have to own that. I love Frank Zappa. What are the odds they actually made that? So yeah, I have Frank.
Hmm.
Because why the fuck wouldn't I buy a Frank Zappa pop?
And they got to have stuff out there like that for the
Weirdos like us.
the why the fuck else would we buy that?
Meanwhile, there's 80 more sitting on the shelf that nobody's gonna buy,
Yeah, they really got to
but they
balance
moved
out.
one.
They know that's an important demographic to have. But let's be honest, you're not going to hook them into making, the 500 piece wall of pop thing. And you got to kind of like, if you make it too limited, the flippers will buy it out. If you not enough, and it never goes away. So
Now I need my Captain Beefheart to go with my Zappa. That's what I need. Can we get a Captain Beefheart pop?
cinnamon up, they'll get right on it.
See, and I bought this one with a very specific purpose in mind. I bought this one simply on the off chance that maybe someday I might be somewhere where Brett Goldstein is and I can get him to autograph it. And I thought that might happen last night because we went to see him do his comedy act last night.
Oh, fun.
It was fun. He was good, but he didn't do like a meet and greet situation afterwards.
Okay.
So that was annoying. But I saw he's still unsigned. But someday I will get an autograph on that Hercules.
It's a matter of time.
I told Laura, I was like, "You're lucky because you don't have to put this in your purse tonight." But
yeah. No, I'm not buying merch at the show. I'm bringing merch to the show.
Well, you see John Leguizamo one time, and he did like a thing after the show.
Mhm.
If you wanted to take a picture, get an autograph, whatever. No, he stood in line. I bought his book. He autographed it. We got a picture. It was kind of cool. He was nice.
Nice.
Figure Roy Kent could do that, but no.
He's there. He's there.
No.
He's here. He's there. He's every fucking where.
Except for that.
Except for the meet and greet after the show.
That was my Christmas present, by the way, from my wife. She bought me the Brett Goldstein ticket. That was kind of cool.
Nice. That's fun.
Yeah, it was fun. We had a good time. So I don't think we did an over under on the number of Roy Kent jerseys we would see, but I counted 4 that I saw 4. I'm sure there were more because he played at the concert hall on UT's campus, which is 3 layers high. So
oh my,
it was big. So I'm sure there were more that I couldn't see, but I counted 4. And at the end of the show, he has a box. He lets people put questions in there, and then he just kind of answers them off the cuff. And he pulled one of them out. And he goes, "Can I have Hannah Waddington's phone number?" Fuck no. And he throws it down. Damn it! Why didn't he read my question?
I didn't tell him what it was for. Just to say hi.
A lot.
Yeah, every waking moment.
See, that's an age-appropriate celebrity crush that I have, and I got no problem with that, and neither does my wife. She gets it.
Yeah, that one's not bad. That's not like, yeah, exactly. It is age appropriate. because I still do the Dana Delaney. Dana Delaney.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, 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 no. It's like when you crush on somebody that they're like, and here they are at their 23rd birthday. And you're like, Christ,
Yeah,
I've had my job longer than that.
yeah. I've sort of come to the realization if they're old enough that if they're young enough that I could be their parent, that can't do that.
They are off the list.
Yeah, that's creepy by anybody's standards, and I don't get down with that. But yeah, Hannah Waddingham's fine.
It's like they asked me about an assistant at work and helper. And I said, I got something in mind. And they said, oh, having your daughter come back. I go, oh, no. I mean, I'm thinking of a cheerleader, yes, but not the one I got. Not the one I made is how I said it.
Nice. That's awesome.
So anyway, yeah.
Funny.
Oh God.
All right, I'm gonna check something. Let's see.
We're gonna do follows, or are we gonna do?
We
what do you
can
wanna
do
do?
that. Yeah, let's do follows.
Oh, you know what? Let's do a follow up.
Oh, I don't have a sound. I don't have the right sound effect for that. The update.
It's a follow up to, I think, because I may have introduced part of this during the whatchamacallit, what's on your desk.
Okay, fire
last
away.
time. It is. I finally finished my Ghost Rider Lego
Okay.
glow up,
Cool. Oh, nice.
and we've even got the little glowing fire chain.
Nice.
So,
I like his head.
oh yeah, what's funny about this is I was building it, I got it done, I got it to where I liked it. All of his little fingers and stuff move. He's jointed at the waist, so he spins. I got it all done. I was looking at it, and as I'm looking at it and futzing with the weapon for about 4 nights, because like I had 2 chains and 1 chain, and then at one point he had one of the chains across his chest like a bandolier, which I thought, hey, that's kind of no, it's dumb. It looks dumb. I mean, I made it work, but I just talked myself out of it. But as I'm looking at it, going, oh, I know where this is from. This is drug up from my childhood. I made a frickin' a Croyer.
Yeah, there's a little of that. I wasn't gonna say it, but yeah, it's there.
Oh, I put him together and I got him done. I was like, man, I dig it. I really like the big, because I did them in yellow, so it sounded like fire. But as I'm looking at it, going, that looks really familiar to me. Why does that look so familiar to me? And I was like, oh yeah, tick tick tick, Micronauts, a Croyer. Yeah, I did that. Oh, well, so I got the colors different, so it's not that obvious.
Well, if I may point out that you also, when we were back in the day playing the Marvel superhero game, your character had the Croyer helmet too, and it was yellow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
You're a big fan.
I was, yeah. It's one of those. I think I was telling Frank is like, oh, I go, you should be able to recognize your influences. You should be self-aware enough
Right.
to know.
Sure.
I got this from here. I got this from there, and yeah, apparently it's a motif. It's stuck in the back of my head, and it just keeps popping up.
Oh. Well, shall we do what's on your desk?
Yeah, we can do that.
What's on your desk?
Yeah, we should really have music for this.
Well, I have a banner. I just gotta come up with I'll find a sound.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, and my desk is in 2 parts.
Okay, well, I have 2 as well, so it's good. Well, it'll be good.
All right, there we go.
All right, go. You go, then I'll go, then you'll go, then I'll go.
All right, so Funko did this thing called Pop Yourself, wherein you could, go and pick out the pieces and parts and kind of make something that looked like you.
All right.
And so I did that, and I finished all the work to give him the skunk beard.
Nice.
So
he didn't come in. He didn't come skunky. You did that
he
yourself.
did not. I had to do all that myself. Yes.
Okay, hold him up. What's he got in his hands?
We've got the Funko Freddy scepter.
Uh-huh.
And I think a TV remote.
Nice.
There we go.
Nice. And he's got glasses on.
Got the little, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
That's cool.
So yeah, and it gave me an excuse to buy a little tiny airbrush, um, in order to do the Doctor Strange hair and the skunk beard and stuff. So
Nice. That's very
yeah,
cool.
that was kind of fun project.
So, that's very cool. It's way better than what I've got. But anyway, so at one point when the boys were home, it must have been when they were home for Thanksgiving. We went to Austin Book and Comics. I think it was. It was Black Friday because they were having like a sale on Black Friday. It started early, and the later in the day you went, the less the discount was. Blah blah blah. You spend a certain amount, you got like tickets to go to because they have like four or five stores in that complex. It's kind of
Oh,
cool. Next time you're here, we'll go. They've got the comic store. They've got like a Japanese uh, pop culture store, a game store,
oh, okay.
the whole block. And the last one is like their clearance situation, right? And so they would give you these tickets to get spin the wheel in the clearance place. And so we all got some, and we went around and I spun the wheel, and it was all crap. But one of the things I got was this teeny tiny Winston Zeddemore.
No,
It had all the ghost. Let's see, all the Ghostbuster type people, including Zool and Dana and Annie Potts and Rick Moranis, and of course I got Ernie Hudson.
yeah.
I have teeny tiny Winston Zeddemore. I think I'm going to put him over here with my General Mills monsters. I think that's where he goes.
Yes,
So,
yes.
he's been floating around since Thanksgiving trying to get on the show. So congratulations, Winston.
You finally made it. That's what perseverance is all
You
about.
made it to the show.
You just keep plugging. Yeah, that's right. You just hang in there. You swing at the pitches, and
Good Lord willing. A couple of extra ones will drop
you're gonna
in.
get that break. Yeah, you'll get called up late. Yeah, you'll get that September call up.
Yeah.
Try you out. Who made that?
I don't remember.
Oh, wait a minute. I got it. I got it.
China, it says on his foot.
Yes, that sounds about right. I wonder if this is it. Ghostbusters Ecto Mini surprise
I
bags.
believe that is probably correct because he was in a surprise bag. So
Okay, then. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Yeah, Ecto Mini. Nice.
maybe I'll glue him to my hat so he can be at every show from now on.
All right, then.
There.
There you go.
Winston's on the mic now. Of course, when I got this, I started laughing. And you'll know why, right? Because I couldn't help but think of the SNL sketch. The Ghostbuster show. You remember that one, right?
Uh-huh.
I like the black one.
Did you watch it at all this weekend, or you went out to
I saw part of it.
the weekend update with Sarah Sherman?
Oh
being
yeah.
Colin's kid. It's actually quite common. 1 in 4 billion people have it.
So 2 people on Earth.
What's your favorite food? Cocaine.
I told Laura can't stand Sarah Sherman, and I'm like, I
Oh
think you
no,
better get
she's
used to her. She's not. I think she's the next update host.
oh my
I-
god, that would
I
be
think she is.
insane.
I think she's the next update host. I really do. That's why she's always on updates.
I think it's just because they like to torture Colin.
Well, that's a national pastime. But all right, what's your second desk item?
Second desk item. All right. We will go back to since we were talking about Star Wars earlier.
Bum 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 bum.
Yeah.
That is badass. Wow. That's a lot of black Legos.
Yeah, you should try building that when you're tired.
Oh.
How come I have extra 4.4? It's one thing to get like a 1x1 stud left over.
Yeah.
When you have a plate, it's like I have missed something.
But it's late and it's staying together, and I don't care.
Yeah, no, I do like some of those the helmets and stuff. I think those are kind of fun kits, just because it's built and it looks like. I mean, you build it and it is pretty much a display piece,
Right.
Because some of those things they assume you're going to play with them, and it's like nobody's going to do that. So
on something like that, how do you play with that? I mean,
that's my whole point.
it's like
Other Lego
are
kits,
you
it's like
playing Zardoz? What are you gonna do? Giant floating head. Thank you.
give me what you got. Yeah. No, it's just kind of no. I like those because they're clearly just meant to be display pieces.
Yeah. I mean,
So
there's
like
not much else to do with those.
no, yeah.
Uh,
There's no hidden, you know, unwritten pressure on you to like move them around. Like the Ghost Rider, he rides a motorcycle, which means you build him and then you push him down the stairs.
and then you build them again.
You build him again, yeah. Come around the corner. Oh no, he's took it too fast. Hellfire got him. You dip him in lighter fluid. You push him off the back porch.
And all of a sudden, you're Michael Richards on Fridays. Ah!
With a little plastic army helmet. Yes, in a sandbox. It's just going ape shit.
Oh God, that's too funny. All
You
right, well,
know,
go ahead.
as I said, would have lived in Denver, we would get like the model kits. And I mean, spend all the time to paint them, glue them together, get the decals, got it all looking right. And then, put firecrackers into the engines of the planes, thinking stupidly that the engine would like blow apart like it does in the movies. But instead, the plane just splits along the seam in the wing. It does one of these kind of.
Oh yeah, I seem to recall you and I attaching some GI Joes to bottle rockets a couple of times to see what would
Uh-huh.
happen.
G.I. Joe just lays there and melts. Because the tape is never strong enough.
Yes, it never got lift.
No, Joe got maybe a foot and a half off the ground and fell to earth.
That's the way it should be.
Oh no,
All right.
Icarus, you got too close to the sun.
Man, we are all about the mythology tonight. This is the mythology episode with follows.
Yeah, somebody's tuning in is like Gilgamesh, Joseph Campbell. What the hell?
What's going on with these guys? All right, so here's my second item.
Is this
Another,
one you can never get to the desk, or is that one's?
no. Winston was the one I could never get to the desk. This one actually, I also got that same day. I haven't opened this one.
What is?
So
Okay.
It's Avengers versus X-Men Dice Masters. I don't even know what that is.
Okay then.
But it says it contains 2 dice and cards per pack. So we're gonna do an unbox.
Oh, unbox.
See what we get. All right. Let's see what we got. Let's see. We got.
So you don't get like a character; you just get dice and cards.
Well, it looks like we got a character card. We got a
Okay.
Silver Surfer card.
Nice.
Don't
Oh,
know
okay.
We got a Silver Surfer dice to go with the said Silver Surfer card. There's a Silver Surfer dice.
Is it like pictures of him?
It's got a surfboard on it. I don't know if you can see it.
Okay. That's the power cosmic, I guess.
Yeah. And this one is appears to be Black Widow based. So
Okay.
we're back to Colin Jost somehow. So
Uh,
I don't. Oh wait, there's another card, and look at that. It's a Black Widow card
weird.
and a blank insert with no instructions on how to use these. So those cards will go into my. I need a bookmark in a hurry stack that I keep in my nightstand, and that's what I use these for. All right,
That's right. Let Norin Rad save your spot.
Norin.
What's Norin Rad reading?
Norin Reed. I was about to say, yeah.
Norin Rad reads.
Radding is fundamental.
Rad.
Thank you very
nice.
much.
Very good.
Thank you. Well, should we talk? Last time we said we were going to do another round of follows.
Let's do
And
those. Since we're now on Instagram, I think I sent you all Instagram people.
Well, that's good. That's good. And what I did last time after we did this was I followed them and tagged them from our account and saying, hey, I did talked about blah blah blah, and it didn't do anything, but I did it. And I'll do it again. So, so I've got yours loaded in first. I'm going to pop up. I made a banner for each one of them. So,
all right.
Whoop, this is your. I know this one. I like this one. This is a good one.
Have you ever followed?
I've seen it. I don't follow it, but I've seen him. Yeah.
The best part about the Instagram algorithm is that I typically go on Instagram usually middle, end of day, just because you get a break at lunchtime. And the algorithm always cues up Barry. His name's Barry. And it's hello, welcome to Sandwiches of History. And all this guy does is he builds sandwiches from old cookbooks. And somebody goes, oh, that's a stupid follow. And I showed it to them, and they're like, after 2 or 3 little videos,
Uh-huh.
what's he making today? What was today's sandwich? What was this? And I mean, one, it teaches that there's not a lot of variety when it comes to making sandwiches. But it also kind of, I think, for me, it's like you look at it, and he did one called the Monday sandwich. Scrambled eggs with bits of ham in it, put them on toast, put currant jelly on top, and that's your sandwich. Then he does the basic then he pluses it up. He adds something to it. And the
Okay.
funny part about the add to it is he's like, and I think you know where I'm going with this. And you're at home going tomato, and he says Trader John's sesame sauce. You're like, no, wasn't on I did not think that at all. Usually you're Mr. Tomato guy and stuff. So he did that sandwich with the egg and the ham, and he plussed it up with bacon and some like chipotle seasoned salt or something.
Mhm.
Anyway, I bought eggs. I'm going to make my first sandwich of history and do the
Nice.
Monday sandwich next weekend for breakfast.
All right. Before we continue, there was something I wanted to get to in this, but to put me back into the frame of mind. So last night before the show, we went to have dinner, right, as you do, and we went to this Mexican place we'd not been to before over on the east side,
As you do.
called Este.
Okay. This
Our east,
or east, yeah.
which we both figured out later. And we're looking at the cocktail menu, and they had some beer based cocktails,
Mhm.
which had something called Petrolio in it. Now, have you ever had anything with Petrolio in it?
Just what I put in the car to make it
Yeah,
go.
well, okay. Don't ever have the cocktail if it has Petrolio.
With
Petrolio is
This-
it's a shot that's made of mezcal,
Yeah.
hot sauce,
Ooh.
and Worcestershire sauce.
Ew.
Yeah, I was
If-
like, I looked it up. I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot. Well, I got nothing to lose, right? So it comes, but they don't bring you the shot. They pour the shot in the bottom of the glass,
Okay.
fill it with ice, and bring you the beer. So then you got to like tinker with getting it
Out of
right.
the glass.
The first sip I took was all Petrolio, and it about knocked. I told Laura, I think I was just rendered inert for a moment. It was so much Worcestershire sauce. It even overpowered the mezcal. So it was like hot Worcestershire sauce running down my throat. It was terrible.
God. Oh, wow.
Spicy Worcestershire coating my throat, and I couldn't get the beer to goo ratio right. We got our table, and I'm like, I've tried. I'm done.
I just need chips. I'm going to drink the salsa.
And the waitress was like, I was like, this is not doing it for me. I'm going to get another drink. She took the drink off our tab at the end of the night, which was nice. She didn't have to do that. But I don't recommend.
May not have been her first experience.
It's entirely possible. So if someone offers you Petrolio, tread lightly.
And that's the whole shot is called Petrolio.
Yes. And it's that murky Worcestershire brown, so it looks like used motor oil, and it has about the same consistency. Quite frankly, you would think you'd get a little smoke with the mezcal, but no, at least not the version I had.
Oh.
It was awful.
Okay, then.
So that's my warning for everyone tonight.
No Petrolio.
Avoid the Petrolio.
At holiday time, I took Babe to a liquor store.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds terrible. But no, we went.
If she was driving, it's fine.
No, yeah, exactly. No, so Kristen wanted to get these black currant liqueur because she was making some crazy wild cherry vodka martini thing, right? So we got flavored. It's chocolate raspberry martini. So there's cherry, there's chocolate, there's this currant stuff. But we're going through the tequila aisles, and I said something. She goes, "Isn't that the one you like?" I go, "Yeah, it is. Cool. They got the." But I was telling her the story about like when we were at that bar in Austin, and I said something about like guys like, "Oh yeah, Cuervo," and I'm like, "Cuervo's shit." And he goes, "Oh, are you Patron guys?" And then you're like, "The Patron is shit, right?" Because we're being such lovely gentlemen at the bar.
But we
Fuck you,
were really.
college boy. We were helping a lady out, and when you realize how much shit she took off our bill, holy crap! I think everything after we said we'd stay
Yeah.
paid off the
was-
bill,
yeah.
including the top shelf stuff that the manager brought down. So anyway, I told her, I said, Patron is all marketing. It's just a garbage, and I go, they put it behind, because she asked, why are some of these behind glass? And I'm like, well, some of them are very high dollar, very expensive. And so it's a protection thing. I think it also just looks cool in the liquor store. It's like, oh, look, we got booze under glass. Yeah,
Right.
cool. So anyway, I told her Patron is just kind of ick. And no sooner do we do that, we're leaving the tequila aisle, and somebody walks up and says, hey, I'm looking for your Patron. And Babe just is like, I thought she was going to say Patron is shit. But she didn't. I thought she'd not even say it to me. She just didn't. But she had that look where I was like, let's go. Let's go.
That makes me a little bit ill.
Sorry. The whole show without a dusty drop. That's too funny. That's too funny. We had one. We'll get back to the follows in a second. Last weekend when we had our traditional Saturday night Mexican food, we were on the other side of town, and there's this really cool little
At
place.
OSA, which is Spanish for
See,
West.
but this place called El Dorado Cafe, and we ended up. The line was long. We ended up finding a spot at the bar. Ate at the bar. Started chatting with the bartender. So we were ordering margaritas, and he goes, "Have y'all?" We're asking what reposados he had. And he recommended Tequila Ocho. He's like, "This is the one the manager loves. He drinks it all the time. It's a really good tequila. Just FYI, Tequila Ocho.
Tequila Ocho. I've heard of it before.
It's very good. It's very good.
Nice.
Might become the new house. Laura was very taken with it. And the funny part was, as we were sitting there, we were, because at that point we were just chatting with the bartender, right? And then this other girl who was like right to my right side she was the service bartender. She was just cranking out margaritas, just
From the machine.
no. She was hand shaking them, but it was just like one after the other. She was just a machine over there. And a while later, she walked over, and Laura was the bartender kid was talking about how he's going to go to U of H, finish up his education, blah blah blah. And Laura said she had gone to Southwestern, which is in Georgetown, which is farther north from here. But the service bartender chick came over. She's like, "Did I hear you say something about going to Southwestern?" Yeah. Well, my dad went there, and he's a professor now. Laura knew him. Dear Lord.
Yeah, stay in one place long enough, and that shit just piles up.
Yeah. It was weird, though. I mean, it's like, she's like, "No, my dad is blah, blah," and Laura went, "No. He's either in her class or a year ahead." It was like,
Oh,
this
man.
is too fucking weird. Anyway, back to follows.
There we go.
Were you done with the sandwich guy?
Yeah, Barry, he's fun. He's entertaining. He's very, very kind of self-deprecating. Oh, and because I forgot to turn the camera, here's a voiceover. And here's me making the thing. It's a black screen and just him going, and here I am making this. And every now and again, he does one that he did like an anchovy sandwich, and he
That makes me a little bit ill.
oh yeah, he just threw it right in the trash. It's like this should be called the lifetime of regret. Oh God.
Oh, yuck. Like eat a
So-
can of sardines. I don't know.
Yeah, so
Ugh.
he every now and again he's tweaked it, and he doesn't use like the anchovy paste. He uses white, something that's a lot milder, so it's not like eating a salt lick.
All right. So I've
we're
got
done
your.
with Barry.
All right, Barry, thank you for the sandwiches and the history lessons. Here is your second follow. Cast Iron Chris.
This is
I have a
strange
sneaking
follow.
suspicion. I know what this is about, but I didn't look. I wanted to let you explain. So go ahead.
This quite simply is just a guy who refinishes cast iron pans.
Okay, I
That's
would have
all it is.
I would have thought he was cooking on cast iron, but
Nope.
it's
Doesn't even cook with them. He just gets like this roached out pan from somebody. And I mean, he does the same things every time. He puts it in a little vinegar bath. He puts it in an electrolysis tank. It takes all that baked on crud, basically gets it down to looking like new. And these are, 100-year-old pans in some cases, cornbread mold. It's one of those where I'm just so fascinated by the start and the finished product and all the steps. All he does is just refinish cast iron pans.
that's got to be
That's it.
satisfying to watch.
It's kind of cool. Every now and again, he splits it up into two, and you're just like, no. go. I wanted to see the cornbread pan that looks like corn muffins done. You know,
Okay. But you know what I say? I don't know that I've watched him, but I have watched some videos of that being done because I come from Hardy Southern stock. There's lots of cast iron in my family.
and it's kind of, I think, the same reason some of the other people I follow are like guys who are, refurbishing an old camper. I just like the process of
Yeah.
watching these guys take something that's completely just burnt out and having something at the end that you can like actually drive on the highway or actually eat off of.
Yeah, there's
Um,
one I followed, and I don't have it on here. I don't think I followed. I just kept watching the videos. He took like this old, like falling down cabin shell and essentially made it habitable over the course of like 20 videos. And it was like, well, today we got to pull out the wall so I can reframe the door. I'm like, holy shit, dude!
exactly.
It's
Oh,
a
just
shed.
just so everyone knows, I've never done carpentry before in my life.
I got all this from YouTube. Oh dear God! I hope you're not in a hurricane or a tornado alley.
And then there's
Yeah.
a part of you going, if you got it all from YouTube, I'm kind of waiting for this to go south.
Yeah, there's that. And then there's the part in the back of my head going, we have that 20 acres of land that the family has in Mississippi that no one's ever built anything on.
Get a camera, build a house, build
I
a
could build
cabin.
I could build a shed,
Yeah,
a habitable shed.
doesn't even have to be functional. Just do it for the experience.
It's true. I have to start, that would be good because I have to start with clearing some land to do it, right?
There we go.
Timber, baby. All right. Follow number 3 for you is Red Richardson Comedy.
English comic.
Okay.
He alternates. He has sort of like a character bit that he does, right? And the reason I like following is that character bit is hilarious because he's always got the camera like right here in his face and he's running. He's walking through a park very fast, and he just describes like how this train wreck of a life, He goes, my life, it's the third week of January, and already my 2024 has gone to shit. My favorite, my business ideas failed. Long story short, I've got a garage full of Neil Diamond signed T-shirts, David Copperfield signed T-shirts, wasting away in my mother's garage. My micro scooter's being repossessed. I've lost my job, and then my ex's new man just informed me that he's got 8 videos of me peeing through his window, his mailbox. The cops have been called.
Oh my God.
So I think so bring on 2025 and stay toxic, my friends. And that's how he ends. There's bits where he's like on stage doing his comedy and he's kind of like, okay, but I really get a kick out of this character. Yeah. Because they're quick hits. They're not joke setup. It's just like, here's my train wreck of a life. Stay toxic.
All right, I'm gonna stop this because I have another random thought. That's how I do this, right? I was driving home Friday, and you know how on SiriusXM's Comedy Grade channel sometimes they'll have the bumper where it's like some comedian talks about the comedian who had the biggest influence on them, right? So I'm literally pulling like on the street to come up to my house, and it's Jeff Foxworthy, and I'm like, all right, I'm thinking Robert Klein. I'm thinking I had another one the other day before. I'm like, it's going to be something like that, right? Something very, it was Stephen Wright.
Jeff Foxworthy.
Yes. That's the right face. But the cool part of the story is, Foxworthy did amateur comedy for years, right?
Okay.
He did stand up, he would do open mics, whatever. And he was at the point and all that where he was trying to decide if he was going to make the leap to doing that full time. And so one night, Stephen Wright was the headliner at the comedy club. Then they had the amateur contest before.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Wright goes, I always made a point of going up to the balcony to watch the headliner after the show. He said, I went up to the balcony. Stephen Wright made a point of coming up to the balcony to find me and said, man, you should be doing this full time.
Wow.
And he said, so the next day I quit my job at IBM. Thanks, Stephen Wright. I'm like, you could have given me 20 guesses. I would have gotten to Stephen Wright and Jeff Foxworthy at all.
No, because I've there's like these old Southern dudes who tell these really long.
Jerry Clower.
That's the one I was thinking of. Yes.
Marcel Ledbetter.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Marcel, WL, Clovis, and Eugene.
Uh-huh. That's kind of stuff I was thinking of.
Yeah,
Wow,
I didn't even
Stephen
think
Wright.
about Jerry
Man.
Clower the other day, but not Stephen Wright. It would never have gotten
Yeah.
there.
What other show people made to, these guys over there in France, they're learning about mythology and redneck humor.
Welcome to our show.
So we've done the really high kind of,
And then I rattled off all of Jerry Clower's cousins.
oh,
Fine
wow.
moment for me right there. All right. Let's
Okay.
move this along because we're not done with Redneck yet because I got a
Okay.
couple of follows for you.
Okay.
J-Bo Airbrush.
Okay, so this is a guy who airbrushes hockey masks. He does other stuff, but the big recurring feature in the videos are hockey goalie masks. And it is insane to watch this guy work, because he is using that airbrush like a pen or a pencil and doing these super, super fine. If you, eh, I was kind of thinking as I was putting this together, it's like, oh, I don't really have any artists on here. And then I was like, no, wait a minute, I do have my airbrush guy. It's amazing. The masks, if you go and look them up, they are killer. They're just phenomenal. And he shows the process from a blank mask all the way to airbrushing the cloth, the straps and everything. He'll airbrush. Yeah, the airbrush will kind of continue onto the mask as well. At least the colors will. So it's phenomenal. Very, very cool. Very,
All
very
right.
cool.
Well, I will check
To
that
look
out.
at are the one he just did, which is the Day of the Dead thing, and then Johnny Cash. He did 2 Johnny Cash masks. They are amazing.
All right.
Okay.
I'm intrigued. I'm definitely gonna check that out when I put the package together for this. All right. Well, let's start with mine. They aren't probably as highbrow as yours, but
Stay toxic is
so my first one is the Cornbread Cowboy. Do you know Cornbread Cowboy?
I think you've mentioned him before.
Have I?
I think so, because we were talking about Stale Cracker once, and I said, I kind of wanted to list him as a follow, but he'd just gotten in trouble
Okay.
doing some shit. He's like a state police. He's a state cop down in Lafayette, and there was some,
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, this guy has put together a persona where he does these little videos where he's got the skullet, he's bald, and he's got the mullet, and he alternates between clean shaven beard or the handlebar mustache, right, depending on his mood. But he's always got like some classic country song playing in the background of his videos, and it's always something like I love he'll show up to the ballpark in like the nylon coach shorts, about to kill a heater in a 6-pack before I go show these boys how to hit the ball on my little league team or something, and it's always funny shit like that. Or he's going to go down to the VFW hall to pick up the waitress there or something. And it's always funny shit. And I just find myself laughing in spite of myself. It's just funny. I don't know.
That's
the redneck in me. I have deep redneck DNA. So
no, that's the kind of thing. That's along the lines. I think it's probably like the Reed Richardson guy. There's that character persona. There's one guy I've watched along the same lines. He does, a whole bunch of the best videos is he does like card breaks. Okay, for the divorced dads trading cards. And the video opens with him sitting on the couch in a t-shirt. He's like, all right, we got ourselves a fresh pack of divorced dads. Let's kind of go through this real quick. And I mean, it's just like the lawnmower, broken dreams, payments due. And then he goes, okay, we're looking for that big hitter, that big hitter. I'm looking for the house. Let's look for the house. And he opens it up. And it's like stripper girlfriend, but it is the refractor,
That's good. That's good.
It's along the same lines. Anyway.
Yeah. Again, my next one is Goose. Do you know Goose?
No, I don't think
Goose is one of the, again, is a guy who's crafted a whole lifestyle brand around kind of being an ordinary guy. He's the guy, one of the guys with the big full beard.
Okay.
He's got a small daughter. And he'll find he does a lot of react videos to other videos.
Okay.
And sometimes he'll have a group of his buddies in the background of like 5 or 6 of them. and they'll all react differently to whichever, twink Goose is pulled up and having some sort of mental breakdown. And it's just normal guy stuff. It's not overproduced. It's not over thought out. It's on it. It's fairly honest. He'll go. He's one last week. He was talking about, I have some some well-known stomach issues, and I can't have too much caffeine, and so I limit myself to 1 cup of coffee every morning. And then so and so sent me this really good coffee, which is my favorite. So I had 4 cups, forgetting that I had to go to my buddy's mom's funeral that morning. And we're about halfway through the service, and my stomach starts bubbling loud enough everybody can hear it. So I've got to sort of gracefully excuse myself, nod at my buddy. He nods back. He gets it. And excuse myself from his mother's funeral so I can go take care of the shits that have just landed. It's stupid, but it's funny. He's got a good sense of humor about it.
Mhm.
So, yeah. I'm up in the redneck with this next one.
Street beefs. Yes, what the hell is this?
These guys have built their own octagon in some backwoods area, right?
Oh God.
It's outside. It's not covered. There's no mat. It's dirt and an octagon, and people come in and beat the shit out of each other. And they do them in they'll cut them together in short little Instagram. So I don't have to watch 20 minutes of rednecks beating each other up. I can watch it in a minute. Some guys really know some guys really know how to fight. But it's more fun when they don't. You can see
and
the guys
just kind of flail at each other.
Yeah. And you can watch them get gassed out. It's just it's just dumb. But
you can't turn away.
Exactly. It's got the train wreck coefficient you really kind of want, right? It is exactly what it is. Yeah. So that's like I said, I'm dialing up the redneck tonight.
All right then.
AWA Wiffle. Have you ever seen this one?
Is it wiffle ball?
It's a organized wiffle ball league.
Okay.
They have built their own field. They have multiple teams.
Oh wow.
They have they don't have a catcher, but they have a strike zone plate. That if you don't swing and it hits this plate, it's a strike. So you're seeing all these crazy wiffle ball pitches juking and hitting the thing going dink, and it's a strike. It's fascinating to watch. And they'll show really great plays or really bad plays, strikeouts, crazy pitches. It's fun to watch.
Okay. I tried to look it up, and then it's asking me who I want to draft for my league. I'm like,
It's on Instagram. If you go on Instagram, it's there.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one, I felt a little bad about putting it on here, but it's going to lead to a larger discussion. I almost feel like it's piling on, but
AJ?
maybe this guy is a Disney adult.
Oh.
And in his bio, it says future cast member. And I don't think it's in AJ's future.
Okay.
He does a lot of Disney bounding costume ideas, and he does videos where and his costume changes, but there's a bad edit. There's a lot of videos of him training with his lightsabers in the backyard.
Like George Michael Bluth from Arrested Development.
But again, there's a certain train wreck factor to the whole thing. God bless him. I hope he gets to live his dream.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to need to do a little conditioning. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a train wreck thing, and I can't. Apparently, that's my theme tonight is rednecks and train wrecks.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, we're gonna tag these guys and say, yeah, he's gonna be a cast member, and not really.
Yeah, maybe I won't tag him. Yeah, maybe I won't do that because he's clearly enthusiastic about it. It's no question in my mind he wants it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway. So,
well, see, I went back and forth. I follow a rabbi and a biblical scholar, and I thought,
did they walk into a bar?
Yeah, they walk into a bar. The jokes write themselves. But it's kind of funny because, do I include some of them and then I figured, no, let's we're going weird enough with the cast iron guy. Let's maybe not do the ortho.
and
He's
I
an orthodox.
struggled.
I told my wife, I go, he's an orthodox rabbi, which I don't understand why he's posting videos on Saturday. So
That,
'cause I'm fairly certain that's not allowed.
he has an exemption
Yeah,
for the internet.
but there's one video where he's like strapping up for, we would call it, service and sermons and stuff. But he's got the scroll around his head and he's got these bands around. I mean, he looks like he's going into your Street Fighter age match there with his, blue and white prayer shawl. It's kind of like, but it's been interesting to learn a lot about Orthodox Jews, ultra Orthodox Jews.
Okay.
So
There's one guy on the Street Beefs who dresses like John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever, and he kind of just dances around the other guys, just like those like a quick snap jab, and it'll just dance around. It's like I keep waiting for the video where he gets his clock cleaned. I haven't seen it yet.
he goes in there for the slap. It gets the big old, meat cushion right in the face.
Uppercut right in the chin. Yeah, I'm
Drops
waiting
him.
for it. Yeah. Anyway. So that's our follows for this episode. It's a varied bag. I think it says a lot about you and I both. I'm not sure what that is, but that's what we did.
Well, I think, it shows the breadth of our, it's like, it's, the one thing, like you're flipping through reels every now and again, and it'll be like that you see somebody who's, this hot girl and stuff, and then they go blah 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 blah, and then they flash the thing the over their cooch, the camera over their cooch, and come back and go, oops, sorry, and you're just like, I can't believe I just watched that. Fuck.
It's in the algorithm now.
That's exactly right. So the next time I go to my searches, it's just nothing but
Cooches.
upskirts. Yeah.
Coocherama.
That's right.
So they used to call. That's what they called Ashton Kutcher's house in the '90s. It's the
Coocherama.
Coocherama. Yeah.
See, I was thinking that's like pornos shot in wide format. You're sitting there in the darkened theater, get your latex up. It's like, and now, bum 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 bum,
In fabulous Coocherama.
64 color Coocherama. Kodachrome Coocherama, whatever.
If that had been a thing,
And then- and
Quentin
it's
Tarantino would have already used it as a bumper for one of his films.
That's right. And it's that big, wide, like it's real big on the end. It gets small in the middle. There's like a little starburst. Coocherama. Chaka wow wow, chaka chow wow wow. And it's like an old 3D movie where you get the thing to like put on the glasses, the notification. Yeah. So the music starts up, chunka chunka cha, Rama, and a echo voice. It's like,
I always do this.
yeah, that's right. Everybody we just tagged is going to be like, nope. Although I think you're a redneck cowboy, you're a cornbread cowboy guy.
I think he'll be down for it.
Yeah. Yeah, they're down there filming that big old, 70 millimeter Coocherama.
Oh, I threw a new scroll up down at the bottom.
Hardcore honky tonk.
The boys' radio show got picked up for a full-time show.
Oh, nice.
So my sons will officially be 3-hour long once a week DJs starting tomorrow night at 6 Central Time. If you're so inclined, there's the link.
Very cool.
Except it doesn't have the right time on there.
I was gonna say 6 doesn't
I
look like
fixed
11.
that. I changed that. Hold on. I fixed that earlier. Apparently I didn't save it.
Oh well.
Oh shit! I'm a bad father. Hold on. I didn't save it. That's what happened. I changed it. I didn't save it.
Is it every day or once?
It's every Monday.
Every Monday.
Every Monday from 6 to 9 Central Time.
There we go.
Hardcore honky tonk, featuring Cactus Jack and the Con Man. So their chosen names. And they'll be playing some sort of blend of honky tonk country, Americana, punk rock, and whatever else. There have been questions have been asked about Cajun music.
my.
So I don't know what to expect tomorrow night.
I
I'm
want,
very curious.
I want them to find some Zydeco death metal.
All right.
Tell them
I
that's
will-
the challenge is to
All
find
right.
some hardcore Zydeco.
Zydeco death metal. I bet that exists.
Hey, I've
There
seen
has
heavy
to.
metal mariachis, so
Metalachi, yes.
metalachi.
Oh, so anyway, if you're so inclined over there in France, or Oregon, as the case may
Oregon.
be,
Whichever. They're very close on the map, you know.
I think it'd be really funny if some of you folks listened in and it really got skewed their statistics. Got listeners in France. What is happening?
Nobody in their hometowns, but my God, in Nice, they're nice. Yeah.
Someone's listening in Rhodesia. What is happening? Is that even still a country? I don't even think it is.
I think that's what it is now. I don't remember. It was something different when we were little.
Okay, I don't know. That's a fun word. Rhodesia.
It's like surrounded by South Africa, isn't it?
No, South
Rhodesia's-
Africa is the bottom of the
Yeah,
continent.
yeah, that's right. Oh, no, that's not it at all. What the hell am I thinking of?
By the way, I got a notification a few minutes ago that Instagram limits their streams to 1 hour, so they cut us off.
Oh,
It's new. Now we know.
well, good. Then the Kucharama jokes didn't go out
That's true.
on
That's
that
true.
platform.
On that platform. Waka, waka, waka. So, all right then. I think we did it. I think that's our show.
Okay, then.
I think it was a good one. We went
Not too
highbrow.
bad.
We went lowbrow.
We were all over the place.
We were all over the brows.
all over. Oh, Lesotho. That's the one that surrounded Botswana. I'm pretty sure that Rhodesia was something different when we were growing up.
Okay.
I also don't remember the Congo being that big.
You're comparing it to the risk map in your brain.
It may very well be.
Speaking of, before we sign off, I may have mentioned this
We're no
before.
longer on Instagram.
A while back, well, maybe I mentioned this, but I don't remember. When we went to a new comic shop that opened up near we were out and about, and they have a big game section, and they had Diplomacy.
Oh wow, I love that game. I
But
still have a copy somewhere.
They no longer have the plastic tokens; they were all paper.
Ew.
Yeah, they're not going to hold up.
No, it's more fun to like stack up little ones. Just like, here's my Roman Legion army moving on your Roman Legion army. I can't do the math, so I think I win.
it's I have XXX and you have I. I win.
Yeah. See ya VVV later.
All right. I think that is definitely the end now. We're doing Roman numerals. That's how we go out. So, episode 70 of Slurp Toast, a podcast, is in the books on 3 platforms, some for varying lengths, but all completed. And we'll see
Why
you
don't you
again.
cut off right at Kucha?
That'd be funny. By the way, I gave us new outro music last time. I had
okay.
another sound file Connor had given me.
All right then.
Called Good Kramer version 2.0. And it's a little more metal. So our outro is more metal now. Anyway, episode 70 is in the books. We'll see y'all in a couple of weeks. Until then, I'm still Bruce.
Still Steve.
And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.